Survivors, I've got all the latest ARK updates for you. The Survival of the Fittest on console, Valentine's event, animated series, the creature vote, lots going on all right here. So many of you I know are waiting for the Survival of the Fittest to drop on console, but where is it? Wildcard gave a very brief update on the situation in the latest community crunch, saying that they are making significant progress on the issue and are expecting it to launch next week, after having hoped to have it by the end of this week. So what does that mean? Well, simply put, the performance issues that they identified with the old gen consoles hasn't been resolved yet, and they're still working on it. But even then, I believe they've still got to submit it to both Microsoft and Sony for certification. So until that happens, I don't think they can actually give an expected release date. They were hoping to get it out by the end of this week, but clearly it is taking a lot more time than they had hoped. Once it goes to certification, it can take a few days to pass the process. And then it is likely, I think, that the devs will wait until both Microsoft and Sony have okayed the patch before releasing it. So if they do manage to get it released next week, I personally would not expect to see it released until very late in the week, possibly Thursday or Friday. Hopefully it will be sooner than that, but I will keep you updated on that as it happens. The creature vote, yes, it's well underway with the top 10. So if you haven't voted yet, make sure to get your choices in, as you could be helping ARK to choose its next official creature. So I've put a link to the voting page in the description. Make sure that when you do it, you are putting your most favorite creature at the top and your least favorite at the bottom. So you've got to put them in order of your preference. The voting ends on Monday the 6th of February, so there's only a few days left, and the winning creature will be announced on Friday the 10th, which I suspect will be in the community crunch. And at the moment, I believe it is one creature. Valentine's Evo event, that's right survivors, they are still marking these holidays, just not in the traditional way. The event will be running from the 10th to 17th of February, and it will consist of an Evo event seeing 3 times rates on official servers, 4.5 on small tribes, 5 times on ARK Apocalypse and 6 times on classic servers. In addition to this, they are still doing wild event colours. Yes, you can still get these, which is great to see. I know a lot of people have been asking for this. They haven't said whether all dinos will be spawning with colours like they did with the Winter Wonderland event, but I got a feeling that they did that to mark the final event, so I wouldn't expect that to be the case this time. I would expect it to just be some spawning with these colours, but not all of them, as per the normal events. Obviously with this event you're not getting everything else, no skins, no chibis, nothing like that. But all of the content from these past events can now be found in the HLNA store. Also, the Switch will be getting the full Love Evolved experience, as they should be getting all of the events this year. And speaking of the Switch, Ragnarok is releasing on the 7th of February, the first free community map to come to that platform. We're all still waiting for that animated series release date. Yes, it is definitely taking longer than I expected to find out about it, as I thought it would be a bit earlier in the year, but here we are in February still waiting. Jeremy Stieglitz did say it shouldn't be too long into the new year, but it's now, what, 5 weeks, and it's feeling like a long time. But Jeremy Stieglitz, the co-showrunner, recently popped onto Twitter, as he does every so often, and put out a little tweet about the animated series music. Nothing to do with the upcoming release announcement though, but he mentioned that the score for the animated series is a whopping 1200 sheets long that covers roughly 7 hours, which is pretty much the full length of season 1. Now, I don't personally know anything about composing music, but all of what he said does sound like a huge amount of work. He also went on to mention that it is composed all the way through, that they haven't reused any parts of it, which means that is a massive amount of unique music to produce just for season 1. Gareth Coker is an absolute legend, and I can't wait to see and hear all of it. And Wildcard took the opportunity to mark the occasion of another important aspect of community and togetherness, Black History Month. I know quite a few people in the gaming industry prefer developers to not put this type of stuff in their games, but Studio Wildcard is a very diverse and inclusive family, and at the end of the day, it's not actually in the game, it's only in the community crunch, which people can skip over if they want. But I personally do praise Studio Wildcard for raising important topics of awareness like this every so often. If you want to have a read of what they said, check the link in the description. Survivors, if you want to keep up with all the latest ARK news, make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.